Hi, I'm Kate Emerson, Quick Shift Dava. I happen to be an international speaker, best-selling author for my first book, Clear Your Clutter, which was launched in 2013 in South Africa by Met Press. Very special day for me. And I also work as a life coach, a mastermind facilitator, and oh my gosh, I gallivant around the world running retreats, whether it's America, Greece, South Africa. It's just beautiful. And I'm deeply passionate about my life. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about this whole new book, Shift Your Home. And I want to give you actually the journey. I just feel it's important to share it with you as to how it got to be the beautiful, incredible product and online course that it is now, Shift Your Home, the CL system, because of how it grew. So back in 2013, when my first book was launched, the launch party was on my 45th birthday, and so my birthday party was my book launch. You can imagine, highlight of my life actually. And I'll never forget everyone standing around. I had 100 clients and friends and no family because they were all in England. But then when everybody sang happy birthday, my mom actually rang in from England, and there's a picture of me with her on speakerphone, and she's singing happy birthday, and we're all around drinking lots of champagne, and it was an incredible evening. And that was my foray into the world of being an author, because up until then I had written loads of articles and thousands of newsletters to my clients around the world, and I'd even been paid to publish some articles in magazines. But in my heart and mind, I wasn't really an author until I had produced this book, or as I call it, my first baby. And it was just an incredible process and really powerful for me. And it kind of catapulted me to the next level. So as a speaker, I was able to also then sell books in the back of the room. And even more importantly, I was able to start sharing my message beyond just me and my time and whoever I was in front of that day, because the books then got into bookstores and people could buy them online, and overseas clients could access them as ebooks. It was a magical time those few years ago. So that was in the April. At the end of that year, in December, I have somewhere very precious to me, and well, that's another story. It's somewhere in the Western Cape, and it's called Barrydale. And maybe if one day you hear me doing a keynote talk, you might hear a little more about that story. It's one of my soul homes on the planet. And what's amazing is that I call her my soul sister, Natalie. She and her husband landed up building a home in Barrydale. So I always have a lovely pocket of space to go and visit whenever I feel I need the Barrydale love. So at the end of 2013, I went to Barrydale for a month. I got to stay in that beautiful home, and I also went to another place very precious to me, which is known as the Manger. Two of my dear friends owned that property. He was a homeopath. So Nola and Peter Fraser, just incredible human beings. And I went to stay there in order to write my second book, because I'd started working in people's homes and helping them at that pivotal time when they move and sell and wanting to do a whole pivotal transformation. And I'd been working on that process for a long time, and I thought, well, I need to actually help more people with that process. So I immersed myself on the farm. I'd get up really early every morning and write, and then I'd go and walk the labyrinth, and then I'd have something to eat, and I'd chat to Pete and Nola. But I immersed myself, and I told my friends they could come back in a few days when I had finished. And I worked 10, 12 hours a day getting through what I thought was going to be called Shift Your Property. And this book never became a book. It was an ebook, and I was kind of trying to let it find its feet. And it kind of just had a stop-start energy to it. It never found its groove. But this would not leave me alone. So a year later, I think I'd sold maybe something like 10 copies of my website. Every year, at the beginning of the year, so I think it was, 2015, I sat down with my vision board, and I thought, what am I going to do with this book? In fact, it was long ago. What am I going to do with this book? Am I going to just ditch it, or am I going to bring it to life and actually make something happen? And I thought, let me put it on my vision board and see what happens. So what I did was I printed off the cover of what was on the website, and I stuck it on my vision board, and I thought, there it is. Let's see what we can bring at this. And I kid you not, within 2 weeks, a South African company was doing some work about decluttering, and I won't name the name, but they bought 100 copies of this ebook which totaled something like 10,000 Rand. And I thought, there it is. It's got some life in it again. I'm not putting this baby to bed. And then it did nothing else. So I know it changed some people's lives, but again, it never found its groove and it kept sitting there. Now, I'm quite an impatient person with many things, and it's normal for me to just go, all right, let me cull and move on because there's no flow. There's no energy, but this darn book would not leave me alone. It kept sitting there in my vibration. And then what happened was a whole nother tale. What happens is my South African publisher, Met Press, I then published a second book with them called Ditch Your Glitch. And every year they take all of their books and their publications to the Frankfurt Festival. And just another whole energy and life was happening. And I thought, I need an international publisher. And then I collaborated with someone that I thought was going to publish this book again. And I, for a year, put some energy into this book, Shift Your Property, Shift Your Home. And you know what? It fell flat. I had to walk away. So what landed up happening was I knew that I needed to take a massive step towards this book, Shift Your Home. So I went on a whole self-publishing spree, which is not for sissies. I say to all of our writers that we're helping them publish their books, I'm like, really think hard about whether you want to self-publish a book. But I always knew in my heart of hearts that this book was going to find its feet in America. I just knew that. It was something deep inside my soul, and that's what kept pulling me forward. And I'd fallen in love with America, and just there was something here pulling me forward. And I knew that if I wanted to take the next step with Shift Your Home, I needed to give it like its first chance at life. So I self-published it. I had it edited and proofread and a cover beautifully designed, and started creating this book, bringing it to life, giving it birth. And then you know what I did? I got on a plane and I came to America, and I thought, I'm just going to show up. That's what I talk to my clients about. I thought, how do I show up for this book? And people said to me, what are you going to the USA for? Have you got some work? I was like, no, I don't have any work. I'm going for 3 months. I'm just going to be. Because so I literally was coming kind of on holiday to show up and just see, who did I need to meet? Who did I need to have conversations with? Who could I don't know, just connect with? And one thing led to another. Beautiful, magical, serendipitous stories. And I met my business partner, my friend, my soulmate, colleague, Nikki King. And when we met each other, it's like our work energy and our spirits collided. And I looked at her and I said, you're the piece I've been missing. And she looked at me and said, well, you're the piece I've been missing, because we are aligned in our message. And it's just catapulted this story and this book. And now we are delivering this as an online course, and we are so proud to have given birth to this whole new CL system, and how we are bringing Shift Your Home using my experience and her experience, and from the realtor and the kind of coming into your home and the decluttering. And it's just this beautiful marriage of minds and energy and passion and purpose. And now, like making all these videos, I feel so proud that I didn't throw this one out and I didn't cull it. And somehow this book, this idea, this concept just kept nagging at my heartstrings. And here it is, and it's out in the world, and it's changing lives. And I know that this process will help you when you are shifting and selling your home. Lots of love. This is Kate.